We got official Galaxy's Edge opening dates and all the associated details to go with it. And I'm pretty sure the queue to get in starts right here. Welcome back for the third installment of Backside of Topic with Dave, the most underproduced, obviously, and overpromising Disney Parks opinion show on the entirety of the internet. Let's get the housekeeping out of the way. This is the channel you're looking for. Subscribe, you will. And if you're a fan of my dad jokes and occasionally witty puns, force choke that like button, or go ahead and use your hands if you're a Padawan. So holy mackerel, we have real news today. They really did it. After years of waiting, pining, and speculating, we finally have official opening dates for Galaxy's Edge on both coasts. Which, mind you, I inaccurately predicted only 2 days ago on episode 2 of this very show. Yeah, I was wrong. But oh buddy, you don't know how excited I am that I was. Earlier today, March 7th, 2019, for those of you that are keeping score, Disney, during its annual shareholders meeting, released the dates for the opening of Phase 1 of Galaxy's Edge. Put a pin in that. We'll come back to it. For Disneyland on May 31st, which will be followed by Disney World on August 29th. Both dates, by any estimation, are earlier than sources on the internet were predicting. Disney followed up the announcement with some more details via a post on the Disney Parks blog confirming the dates, because everything on the internet is true. They also provide more detail on what we're actually getting and a look into how they are going to manage the impending crowds at Disneyland. Let's dive into that first. Disneyland guests that are planning to visit Galaxy's Edge from opening day through June 23rd will be required to make a reservation, subject to availability obviously, for access to the land. Surprisingly, this is a no-cost reservation. More information is to come on this reservation process, which will be available on Disneyland.com. So if you're planning to make the pilgrimage in June, be sure to keep an eye out for that. One other note on Disneyland. Galaxy's Edge will only be open during normal park hours, which will exclude Extra Magic Hour or Morning Magic at Disneyland Park. Galaxy's Edge and Disney World will offer no such reservation system, but the land will be open during Extra Magic Hours at Disney Hollywood Studios. So you know that pin we stuck in Phase 1 a few minutes ago? Let's get into that now. The information posted on the Disney Parks blog states that Disney made the decision to open the land in phases, quote, to allow guests to sooner enjoy the one-of-a-kind experiences that make Star Wars Galaxy's Edge so spectacular. So what does that mean? Well, it means we're only getting one of the 2 attractions announced for Galaxy's Edge on opening day, in the form of Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, with Rise of the Resistance to open with Phase 2 later this year. So let's back up. When I read this, I was slightly confused, a little disappointed, and frankly pretty fired up about it. I had this whole rant planned for this video, but as I thought about it more, it only makes sense. If we take a step back and consider the news surrounding these 2 attractions from the last several months, much of which was confirmed last week in the info dump that Disney put out. The intricacies and complexities of what Disney is planning to pull off could easily warrant a phased opening schedule for this immersive land. And to me, it makes sense that Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run will be the easier of the 2 attractions to complete. Yes, the plans for guests to experience all the Falcon's guest quarters have to offer is the pre-show to the ride, and the timing of that seems daunting. Along with the highly advanced tech that is being incorporated in the open world environment as you pilot the fastest hunk of junk in the galaxy, at its core is just another simulation ride. Disney's done that before. The real challenge seems to be with Rise of the Resistance, which from what we've heard over the past week is 4 attractions combining to make up one completely immersive experience, which Disney says will blur the lines between fantasy and reality. From reading/listening to accounts of the recent press event for Galaxy's Edge Disneyland, what is planned for Rise is ambitious, with 3 pre-show experiences as you join the Resistance, are captured by the First Order, and detained in a holding cell before making a daring escape from a Star Destroyer. Dude, it sounds fantastic, but the logistics needed to keep it running smoothly are ridiculous from a repeatability standpoint. That is some serious operations banthadung right there. Disney will get it right, but I feel they did the right thing by tagging the opening of Phase 2 with the cryptic later this year. What really ground my gears when I heard about the phased opening is that, well, we've heard this speak from Disney before, and frankly, Phase 2 might as well mean Phase 0, because it just never comes to fruition. In this case though, Disney's pot committed on both coasts, so come hell or high water, Rise will, well, rise. With that out of the way, if I could be a fanboy for a moment, I'm straight pumped for this news today. One of my earliest memories is watching the opening scene of A New Hope in my childhood living room with my mom and dad. And like a lot of guys my age, grew up with Star Wars as a backdrop to, well, everything. I wanted to be Luke Skywalker when I grew up. I nerded out with the announcement of the prequels. I get to share the experience of seeing all the new movies for the first time with my children. And in a few short months, we'll get to experience this in real life at Galaxy's Edge. I was listening to the Jim Hill Media podcast earlier today as he and Dan Z from Coffee with Kenobi talked about this. And Dan referenced the fact that they've designated a 10-foot square area at the entrance to Galaxy's Edge as the spot where grown men will stand and cry at the sight of the Millennium Falcon. I'm gonna be that guy, and I'm proud to admit it. So what are you most excited to see at Galaxy's Edge now that we have official opening dates? Leave your answers in the comments below. It's here, folks. It's so close I can taste it. So thanks for watching this, the third installment of Backside of Topic with Dave. If there's any topic that you'd like to see me dive into a little bit more, go ahead and leave it below in the comments or reach out to us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram under Brandy and Dave. So for Brandy, I am Dave. Thank you so much again for watching. It's here. It's here. We're not far away. We'll see you real soon.